So, make sure I got all my windows and stuff set up right. Okay. Guess this is where I can't really see all that well. It's the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I don't know what I'm playing. Just figured out there's something. Something weird about digital books. You know, it would probably be easier if this was like split, if you could tell what page you're looking at, but I guess. Back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, whatever, I'm gonna say 90s because I was a kid then. I was born in 87. I used to love Konami's box art for the Nintendo games. Like anytime I saw it, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a good game. So look at that. At least in the US. I really saw Super Famicom boxes, or I guess Famicom boxes. Look at how cool this box is. This is one of those things that I had known of Castlevania when I was a kid. Castlevania 2 is a game I have pretty good memories of. At least renting and not knowing what I was doing. But you know, I had heard of Castlevania 2. I never saw 1 or 3 in the video store. I might have seen 3 and just not knowing what it was because I probably couldn't read at the time. And then I remember seeing this and thinking that this looks so cool between this and Contra. Contra 3. And flipping the boxes over and looking at the back and be like, whoa, that's what the game looks like? And at the time I only had a Nintendo. Like I had a Nintendo and I might have had a Sega Genesis by the time I saw this. No, I got my Sega Genesis first because I remember, again, as a Castlevania fan, I remember renting this game several times. Never got that far in it, but I thought it was the coolest thing, especially the way that the title screen had blood dripping. I had a friend who had the Game Boy version of Kid Dracula. That was pretty cool. I didn't know it was related. You know, I played it. I had played Castlevania before, and I knew what that was. And he didn't know anything about Castlevania. He just knew Kid Dracula. I don't know why he had that game. I guess you know his parents are like, "Oh, you're a kid. You like scary stuff. Here you go." This music, man. Got the Japanese versions of the games too. How does this work? Now, looking at this, it says the release date is 1993. But how is that possible? Because this is 3. It's a Famicom game. And then this is Super Castlevania. 1991. 991. Vampire Killer. I'm gonna say I don't think this has the Game Boy games, what it does, because this is the one right here that is really slow, and I think it has a lot of like jumping and climbing ropes. Go and turn this one on. This is not the one I'm gonna be playing the most of them. Sure. Let's see if I can. And blank. Push start key. Oh. Sorry, I got a phone call. Oh, you know what? Let me pause this. Send somebody something. I'm hurrying, I swear. This is compelling gameplay. Actually, you know what? Me, I'm not really this color thing. I might go with the with spooky Halloween. Something sort of. Oh, it's just I was sitting here pressing L and R. Look at that! Look at that movement rate. Right. The thing is like if you play this game on the original Game Boy, look, I think this is the one that has the little shoot a fireball. If you played this game on the original Game Boy back when it came out, it would have not been. It would just be cool to be playing a game on the go. That's not a Tiger handheld game. Games were. This game also does this. There's so many moments where you just have to climb ropes. I don't remember the second game, but I think the second game speeds it a little. So the eyeballs were up. One of the games, I think it's the second one, has a double select. Funny is I forget, I get this game and the Final Fantasy games mixed up, because the Final Fantasy games had weird gaming stuff. This doesn't, it's just calling this Castlevania The Adventure 2. I thought there was like a Castlevania Legend, but that's Final Fantasy Legend. It's the fireball. It's Elder. That is the sound that the ghosts, I think, make in Distant Goblins on the Nintendo. Almost the exact same sound. Gotta get that money. So I cannot attack while on the, which is fine. I hate when games give you invincibility, but there's no clear indication for how long it lasts. You end up in these bad moments where you're like, I want to go forward, but I don't know if I can save or not. Seems like Fireball does slightly less damage, but I mean, you get to stay for it. Balance. I don't know why using the controller hurts my hand. Pretty sure this platform's all. That's a pretty good rate for those things to fall at the Game Boy. Ooh. This game does the hidden stuff games do. Jumps. Dick. The spacing on the jumps feels so precise, like, like right there. Nice. The bat trying to camouflage. No. The timing on the jump is like your foot has to be off the platform almost when you do it. It's weird. It's like if the game moved at a smoother frame rate, you would be on the last pixel of the thing, but you can't see that because the game moves so weird. This is a game nerd. Can't make these stupid jumps right here. Here we go. Not this time. Okay, this is the time. One. Why? You did it. Oh no. Oh no. Shit. Where? Hit left. Oh my goodness. Just a moment. Alright. I'm gonna make this smaller. This pixel perfect is like... Pixel perfect, but it's still so big. I mean, I guess that's fine. Oh, it looks fine on the stream too. I'm on a 4K TV. I'm on a 4K TV playing a Switch game, which is a Game Boy game being emulated. No. Is what it is. I think I'm a bottom. You know what I mean? I sure do appreciate the invincibility being there behind me. This movie's so fast, I don't even know where that one came from. Right? Right, so we got this guy. For now. I was hoping that thing was going to stay gone. I wanted to jump off. I mean, How about no? I'm not feeling it. I thought there was another one. This is Christopher. I think the third one is non-canon or something, so I think it's a thing where they like doesn't exist. Alright, I'll be right back. I got food at the door. We're gonna let this intro play. Because this intro, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is neat. And I'd already played Super Castlevania and, what's it called? I played this in Nesticle back in the day. Alright, I'll be right back. back. Dracula's Curse. Never got that far in this game. I'm not gonna finish any of these games, I'm just gonna mess around with them. It's me. Oh my goodness, look at how fast this moves. It's so smooth compared to the last game. I wonder if there's a way I can... Oh, you know what? I can untie this thing, can't I? I got my cable for my microphone like twisted up, but the cord is a lot longer than it looks like. Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay, how about maybe here? Maybe this will work. Seems alright. I would love to finish. Maybe that'll be my goal. Finishing the 3 Nintendo Castlevania games, or maybe at least 1 and 3. I don't know about 2. 2 is gonna require me to pull out a Nintendo Power or something. Finishing those this holiday season. I beat Limbo last night. I didn't stream it because it's, you know, this is my area. Whatever I want to do. I don't think I like Limbo. I've tried playing it before, and every single time I bounced off of it, and I was like, you know what? Let me finish this game because some people swear by it. So, and somebody suggest, you know, I play Little Nightmares 1. I played 2, and I didn't think 2 was super great. I thought it was interesting, but it wasn't great. I got Limbo again, my 4th time buying the damn game. Finished it. It's like, this is also not super good. Both of those games are games that I feel like are sold completely on their atmosphere, more so than the gameplay. Like, at some point, both games seem like they involve a lot of drag this block over here and then try to get this jump just right. And occasionally you're gonna see something that looks weird. Which is fine if that's your thing, but for me, it's like I want a little bit more. It's not as, I don't know, I don't feel like my opinion on those games is as bad as, like, I enjoy Resident Evil 4, but when people told me Resident Evil 4 was scary, it made me, I could never finish that game because I would always get to the village part. And it's really tense, and then there's that stupid line where everybody disappears. And Leon says, "Where's everyone going? Bingo?" or something like that. And it's just like, There's so many other moments in that game too that are like that, but the thing is, at the end of the day, that game is like fun. So even if you don't like the, you know, the like gameplay, or not the gameplay, the story, at least you're having a good time. But like Limbo, just so tight, so clunky, and I don't know. It's not my jam. I'm gonna try to finish Little Nightmares also because I don't know. I don't think the game is super long. I didn't realize that you could play as 2 characters in that game. That was just the one. This game feels like it's moving so fast after playing that Game Boy game. This is random thoughts. Alright, so the Nintendo Switch Online service, they just added Pilot Wings. Cool.
I was thinking like, man, wouldn't it be cool? I don't know why they would, or who on earth besides me would think this would be cool if they added like the N64, Castlevania 64, because that game, when that came out, to me that was a big deal. I was so excited for it. And I was a fan of Castlevania 2. So having Castlevania 64 or whatever the second one was it Legacy of Darkness or something? Ah shit. Ah shit. The Humping Head Hoppers, whatever people call those things. I think they're called Hunchbacks officially. Anyway, there's so many games that I feel like they could add to the Nintendo Online service. Uh-oh. Phone call. Okay, sorry, jeez, sorry, I had ordered wings for something that's happening tonight. Um, got family coming over to watch the political debate. I'm not going to be participating in watching any of that stuff, but they wanted wings. They said they wanted wings, so I'm like, how many wings do you want? Nobody gave me an answer, so I just made a judgment call, and it sounds like it's not enough. So I got a call asking me I want to set aside some for myself, and I'm like, I'm good, I don't care. I'll be fine. I don't know. I need the info, man. Somebody's like, do this thing. I need more details. Like, how much of this thing do you need? When do you need this thing? Somebody calls you and is like, hey, I need to get a ride somewhere. And you're like, alright, cool. When? And they don't reply, and they're just like, hey, where are you? And you're like, I didn't know you needed a ride now. That type of thing. Mid-boss. Teabag. This is the boss, because I think this is when you get the... You do the level selecting, right? Seeing this later for the first time was also very, very, very cool to me. Go down. Top one looks like a clock tower. Fuck the clock tower. Man, oh man, oh man. Yo, look at the atmosphere here. Like, this is such a... as a kid, when I was like, you know, I couldn't watch scary movies. I wasn't allowed to watch rated R movies. I could watch, you know, Goosebumps or read Goosebumps books. And I could read whatever I wanted to, because my parents were gonna double check the books I was reading. But like games like this, you know, especially since I didn't have a PlayStation, it was so cool. Like, look at that. That is dope. Game is so cool. Like, the entire series to me is the coolest thing. Looks like something I could land on. Sure I can. Yeah. It's worth a try. Look at how cool that looks, man, for a Nintendo game. Like NES. What is this supposed to be? I think it's supposed to be fog. This is such a cool looking game, dude. Sorry, I'm just easily impressed. I don't know what to call it. This looks awesome. More spooky trees, or do I want to go to the... Keep going down.
monster frogs. Everybody knows about Dracula's famous frogs. Toads. I'm assuming those are toads. Let's say those are toads. Horse. You know what? It just occurred to me that there's no Battletoads on here either. Not on this collection, obviously, but I mean on the Nintendo line. They do have. So what's funny about Nintendo's online service? I wanted to see if I would just fall. Funny about Nintendo's online service is that they have Double Dragon 2 on there, and River City Ransom, but they the Kunio-kun collection is available, which has those games too, I believe. Is this like, why are these on both services? It's kind of like how they added Sega Genesis games, where they have the Genesis collection. They're cheaper. They're finally adding some games that aren't on that collection. Gosh, man. But it's still, it's a hard sell for some people. Like, oh, why would I pay for Nintendo's expansion pass when all the Sega games are pretty much on that collection, besides maybe like one or two. Now they've added like, I feel like Musha's on there or something. Zero Tolerance is on there. Like a base or Belong to Us, whatever the game's called. Yes, again. Why? To get to the edge of the platform and then press down. Holding diagonally down, and that's not working. Got licked. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go edge. Okay, so you just press down early. It automatically sucks you into it. Just a sec. I do. Right there. Bam. I was gonna say I think I bought it on Stadia too, but it's not on Stadia. It's on Amazon Luna. Hey, what's up, man? Go left. Am I getting? Oh my goodness. Give me a moment. I'm gonna keep playing. Just gotta turn my mic off for a second.
I don't know what's up. I'm trying to figure out what to play. I'm kind of hopping between games. What's up, Daniel? Daniel, what is that other game that's like Hell Let Loose? There's two games. I get them mixed up all the time. I think Hell Let Loose is the one that I thought looked cool, and there's another one that also looks good, but I think is a lot worse. No, it's not Squad. It's another World War II game. I don't remember what it's called though. But it looks just like Hell Let Loose. I'm going to look it up right now. Yes, Postscriptum, that's the one. Heroes and Generals, I think, is technically fine, but that game emphasizes grinding too much in a way that was, I know you're good at shooters, but I'm not as good as you are, so I would occasionally have like a weapon break on me because I was not getting kills in a couple of games, and it's just like, oh man, now I'm just screwed. I just have to run out with like a pistol and like, whatever. People are using like all sorts of like crazy weapons. It's not, when you're in the lower tiers you're fine, but once you start moving up because of playing a lot, you get stuck with people that have clearly put a lot of time or money into the game, and like, you can't compete with a sniper if you're using just a regular rifle and they're across the map, which means that you're going to break your weapons more, which means that all of a sudden you are at a disadvantage again. You also have no access to vehicles because you didn't put money into it. So yeah, Postscriptum was a game that I thought looked cool, but it just it felt bad when I played it. It felt like everything was a little bit too like skinny or something. Yeah, I wanted to get Hell Let Loose for a very long time, but I also, again, I don't, you know, I'll get into some multiplayer games and then I get to a point where I realize I'm not super, like, I don't expect to be super great, but I feel like I'm always the worst person in the game, and then I start thinking like I'm doing okay, and then people start yelling at me and telling me I'm the worst person in the game, so I just stop playing them. and I don't want to do that again. But Hell Let Loose does look so good. I mean, it's funny. I don't have a problem playing fighting games really, but like any other game, I feel like any team game I play always makes me feel bad because people make me feel like garbage. Like if the team loses and then you have like the worst score, it's like everybody is mad at you, and then the other team is just making fun of you. It's like, all right, I'm good. I'll go run over myself in my own car. I bought Splatoon 2 because, you know, I think I like Splatoon, and it's a game where you don't necessarily have to kill people to like profit, be, you know, a contributor to your team. But then like even in Splatoon, like I just had this weird feeling. It's like, oh man, there's people that are like on my team that are probably pissed off at me right now. It's 50 versus 50, but somehow I'm in last place. I have 0 kills, 38 deaths, and then like 20 friendly fire kills because I can't tell the teams apart. That I'm breaking structures because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I've never killed anybody in real life, so I've probably struggled. But yeah, man, I don't know. Get weird anxiety playing like multiplayer games now. I just don't play them. Even co-op stuff, like it's different now because, you know, everything happened. I can just kind of play, like, if I want to play anything. If you're like, hey, let's go play, what's that game called? Killing Floor? Let's go play Killing Floor for like 3 hours, alright? But even then, I feel like something would happen before I would have to go leave my dad or whatever. Like, I don't have to do that anymore, but I still feel like, you know, I would be experienced somehow. Or again, in my case, like, somebody at the other house would call and ask me to go do something and I have to leave. That always makes me feel bad too. If I play a fighting game, since it's one and the matches are short, I can just go and it's not a big deal. If I play a strategy game, even though it's one-on-one, it's like, I have to leave after like, you know, 30 to 40 minutes and the match isn't over, I feel like garbage. I don't like leaving in the middle of a fighting game match, but if it happens, it's not nearly as bad because you a minute. Oof. Big oof. That's what the kids say, right? Big oof. There we go. Got them apples. Yeah. I remember, I will never ever ever turn-based strategy game. I remember playing it was Heroes of Might and Magic 3 with a friend. Like, we decided, like, alright, we're gonna play a game against each other on Saturday, because, like, I had got my friend into the game. And, I think that game took us, it was just me and him playing, just the two of us, and it took us probably 8 to 12 hours to finish it, because, you know, the way the game works is like, alright, you killed my strongest characters, but I'm slowly coming back, and just realizing after, like, you know, maybe, like, 6 hours in, I was like, oh, there's no coming back from the situation I'm in. This is power up. Alright, well, I'm going to switch games because I don't necessarily have to play retro games, right? I want to show you Cinders because it's always hilarious to me. I've done this before. I got this game on Switch because I think it was going for like $5, and I was like, this seems pretty cool. And I was having fun with it, but I went back to it like months later and was like, why does it run so bad? Like, I don't remember it running this bad before. This game runs at like maybe like 15 to 20 frames per second at times. I think it's loading. This is the Switch. This is the Switch in action. Hold the mic a little bit closer to me. Isanzo is one of those games that I hadn't heard about it until it was about to come out, and I was like, man, this looks awesome. Look at this. Look at this frame rate. This is where they open the game at. Like, yo, who thought this was a good idea? When it flows good, it's like, oh, this is pretty dope. But it's also like, yo, that frame rate.
I remember how to do stuff. Oops. You can see it right here. Like, it's so wild that this is like, this is just how this game runs. Right there, right there. This is the slideshow. It's a good thing that the game is fundamentally really cool. It's like a Trials type game, you know. Like, look, I feel like you could probably play this back and count those frames. This is not my stream acting bad. This is how the game is running on the Switch. Alright. Bike parks. I wish, I don't know why, I keep wishing that, something like, Unreal Tournament was on Switch. When there's nobody here, and you have, like, the wide open area, but it's just so strange to me that the first thing that you see in this game is that nonsense that we just saw a second ago. I like to make these jumps. I don't remember how to do advanced tricks. Rolls. Tricks, okay, it's L. Ugh. Dumb. All these people. definitely not retro. But he's in there looking for a retro stream. I apologize. Not really. Friday. Live. Oh. Stupid. Yeah, how about that? Apples. Look at this. What is this mess of geometry behind me? I feel like I turned into something I'm not supposed to see. This is like an incomplete version of this map. Alright. Aw, shit. Off to the side. Excuse me, game? Excuse me. What is that all about? Whatever. Alright. Zip. I rearranged my Nintendo game. This is just fine. I hope this saved. Alright. Baseball season. I can play baseball. I don't think there's any, let's see if there's any basketball. Base. Same racing. You got ice hockey. I'm so happy this game is here. Got golf. Golf, it's just. Got pro wrestling. Boxing. Got soccer. The soccer game is garbage. Tennis. Volleyball. There's no basketball. Because, I mean, you got double dribble. Also, I mean, you're not going to get Jordan versus. What if you did? I've bought Binding of Isaac so many times. I've only played through it once. I'm probably misremembering, but I know I owned it on PC. I feel like it's one of those games I might have got for free somehow through Epic. I know I've got it on Switch. It's here. It was one of the first games I got on Switch. Like, started racing stuff. Not installed. Here it is. Yeah. It's one of those games that I played, and it was. Let me turn this on. I will explain my thing with the Binding of Isaac because I know some people really love it, and when it hits right, like they're super into it, and I can respect that. But for me, what I want it to be is I want it to be more of a twin stick shooter, and it's more about a game that it's the power ups that you. I don't know if I say it right. I had this on my original Switch. Somebody. I got a Switch Lite, which I sold to somebody for like $50. I guess it might have been $25 on the phone. And I got the OLED. So that's before they had cloud saves. But anyway, so the thing about the Binding of Isaac for me is this. I want this to be closer to how, say like, what's that game? Enter the Gungeon? Like, I want to be able to, like, precisely aim, but the game wants you to use, like, the 4 directions and your power-ups to kind of, like, benefit that, where you can, like, lock over your shots. And the fact that I can't shoot in diagonals literally kills this game for me. Like, that's how pathetic I am. I'm not, whatever. Setting is whatever. It's not about it. Bother me. I don't know. I wanted to see this thing. I mean, for me, you get stuff like this to make up for the fact that you can shoot. See, but the thing is like you get runs that are really good runs, and that's the kind of game it is. It's a roguelike, which is, I like roguelikes, but it's the fact that I guess like the base, like this right here, never feels good to me. So it feels like a thing where you kind of like play. You could play and maybe get through like the first area and be like, all right, I didn't get drops, and like die and restart until I get to the hard. It's good. Another game that has that issue. It's just a roguelike thing in general, but what is that other game? Rogue Legacy. But I think Rogue Legacy is super cool. But you can definitely have runs. You can have like 4 or 5 runs that are like. You get a character that's like, oh, this character's got super strength, but they're like tiny and they can't walk and they're drunk. That's have a hard time. Got a hard time. It's a character you have to like unlock. Like I've only finished the game once, like completely, and that was the Switch version because I had owned it on PC for years. I feel like I had another version of the game, but I don't know. The last console I owned was PS3, and I don't think PS3. It wouldn't have been out for 360 when I did my 360. The last one I had was like 2008. Game fall into retro territory yet? I feel like it might be close. Game that's like right there on the edge. It's gonna be very upsetting this. I think people say if anything is. What's funny about this game is you play it so much as an adult and you don't notice. Like, I remember showing this game to my friend and son. I think they were kind of grossed out by it. You know, at the end of the day, it is kind of, it's whatever. It's the Binding of Isaac. You're used to it. It is kind of epic in a weird way. Or I guess some people decided, well, why do you look like you shooting with ears? Right here. Obviously. Even something like this was, you know, oh wow, the thing doesn't have a head. Oh, when you kill it, there's just stains of blood. This character just shoots diarrhea at you. What's that character do? They're vomiting. That's a point. Load up right now, not the comp either. Doesn't matter. Roguelike I've always wanted to. I got into the first one a bit, but not the second one. Risk of Rain. I played a decent amount of the first one. But the second one I bought, and like the thing about it is the person that played the first didn't seem interested in the second one. So it's 3D. The first one's like a side scroller, the second game. But it's wild because this works like I heard. It's like in a very strange way. Like, oh, how are they gonna just like enemy generators? Like you just do like you turn around like all these enemies just flying up in the air. It's like a PR module. Spooktober. But I can't figure out what version of the game I would finish. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think and the horror comedy aspect. But I got it. I got the VR version. I've also got it on PC, and then I got the game on Switch. This is the power up I would always get when I played the original game. It was always this, always the heals. Hang on a sec. And I keep thinking about watching that Halloween movie. I need to make sure I have Peacock on. I was just using it the other day too. Like Saturday, Sunday? I think it was Saturday. Old wrestling. Die. Roguelike I got somebody into. On a roll. I got somebody into Streets of Road. I told him, the thing about Streets of Road, never played it, that is a game that like, roguelikes are all about. That game more so than the other one is like, there are so many different systems at play, like if you play as say if you play as a person in a game, maybe you don't do anything. The moment that you like say leave an area, like you'll find people that are in your same color gang that'll like join you. If you see somebody opposite color gang that's gonna stop everything and come after you. So say like you have to like take out like a security guard, and he happens to be in a place and there's like your gang member outside and you see somebody else from the other gang like inside the place. You go near the door, like they'll just start like reacting super. Drop. Leave it alone. Keep going. Well then. Yeah. Anyway, Isaac. So I've got an arcade one up that I modded. And I mean the thing is like it just feels like it's a game where it's mostly determined by you getting really good drops. Like the base game is very tough, at least with, Isaac as your starting character. I'm assuming once you get the other characters a bit different. That's actually my problem. I feel like I have this problem with a lot of roguelikes. It's like a fundamental gameplay thing that they design power-ups around or characters around, and it like I want the fundamental game to be good, and then I want them to add stuff to it. Not saying that the Binding of Isaac is like Dead Cells. I think Dead Cells as it is, like by itself, is really fun. And then they add other stuff to like make it different. Like you get different weapons that change your power ups, like change the way you attack or think about like certain combats that you would like getting through areas. Crypt of the Necro Dancer. I bought this when it came out on PC because they're advertising. It's like, oh yeah, you can use a dance pad to play this game. I love DDR. If I had the money, I would probably be at the arcade right now playing DDR. I think I've got enough credits on my card. I could go up there and be there for like 4 or 5 hours. It's been a few weeks I played. But the rhythm part of the game, not super great. Because it's all just pretty much built around music. It's built around like 4/4. Everything is a certain beat. Just do that over and over and over.
They told me I needed more training.
And it's fine, but it's not enough. So they give you these other characters that go around that change things, and it's like, well, this changes things. Like one of the characters, like, oh, you don't want to deal with this part of the game, you can just skip it and play this character, and you don't have to worry about the music at all. It's like, but this is the thing that you built the game around. Why would you make a character that does not have to adhere to the rules of the game? Unless, I guess it's a beginner thing.
My pulse is beating like a drum, but my blood is running cold. I'm not sure what's going on, but I came here with a question.
I should have got the
and I'm gonna find the answer when it kills me.
Never was a huge. I like the idea of it, not the execution. They had the Zelda version of this, and that made me want to get the series. I never got that version. The Cadence Spiral, I think. I can't figure out what they mean by that. Sure. We're gonna leave that. Man, rhythm games. I remember I would come home from work Friday evenings, like what, 2008? I'm gonna say 2007, 2008, and all I would do, I would spend the entire night, Friday night, just playing Rock Band in the room alone. Not alone, because that game had online play. Just queuing up for online matches.
If I'm gonna survive this, I'll have to remember what Uncle Eli taught me. Every opponent has a predictable pattern, he said. Learn that pattern and you won't suffer so much as a scratch. That green guy didn't move at all, and this blue one just moves up and then down, so if I attack him from the side, I'll never get hurt. A broadsword, not as sharp as I'm used to, but I bet it can still take out 3 enemies in one shot. Looks like those skeletons put their hands in the air when they're about to jump. If I'm in the way when they move, it's gonna hurt.
Disco floor. Yeah, you can't get through any of this stuff.
That trap is mostly harmless, but Eli warned me of deadlier traps to come.
Boy. So let's see. Character select. Yes, this is the one where I was like, what is this? Because it changes the game completely. So weird. Such a weird idea. Like if you played a basketball game and it's like you can play as Tom Brady and you can just throw the basketball into the goal. Why? Why not, I suppose. Anyway. Very happy with it. Have them in alphabetical order, which is going to have the special things put on the Japanese game separating layer. Capcom Stadium. I have a conspiracy theory about this game. I haven't heard in Street Fighter 6 there's going to be like a fighter hub area where you kind of run around before the matches, like playing online matches. And there are arcade machines. You can sit at the arcade machines and play games on them. Like you can go to training mode, I guess, but you can also like just sit there and they have like classic arcade games from Capcom. Like they might have like Final Fight and Ghosts and Goblins and stuff. Now, my conspiracy theory, this is the way I felt since I realized what engine this runs in. Start this up. I don't own that many games on here. I bought all the games separately because whatever. I've got an arcade one up. I've got ROMs on the computer, but I still love this. This runs in the RE engine, obviously from Resident Evil. What they use for 7 and 8, and I guess 7, 8 Village. Sorry, it's 7, Village, 2, and 3. And they also use it for some other stuff too. I think they said they're using Unreal Engine 5 or 6 or something for Street Fighter 6. But they use the RE engine for this. Now, I had this weird theory where maybe the reason they're using this engine for this was to see how these games would run with a slightly 3D environment. Because I believe people can see you playing in Capcom Arcade Stadium, like you sit down at the arcade machine. Or sorry, it's Street Fighter 6. Well, I don't know how it works though. I think they said the games don't support online multiplayer. Very weird to me that my own Suddenly it's Cyberbots is the only other game I would have got, but I'm not a big Cyberbots fan. Street Fighter 2. Hyper fun. Go die in this game. I own this on Nintendo. Again, as I mentioned, it's very weird to me that this game is like this. This game is running in 3D, but this is the default view. So you can see the other machines beside you. I love this. I've got one of those little tiny joysticks where you can slot your Switch into and it like docks into it. You use that as your stick. I also have fight sticks, like regular fight sticks I can hook up to the Switch. One of them is wireless, one of them is USB. Whatever. The fact that you can still sit here and you're playing, you can look around and you can see the other games are there and they're running. This gives me this feeling like, oh, they're probably trying to test this to see how this would work. See if this is actually like doable. Well, out of that Street Fighter 6 later. POWs. There he is. There. Oh man, make it. Didn't make it. Such a weird game because you have to play this so aggressive to actually get anything done. It's like if you don't charge through here, you just get stuck. Ugh. Failure. Game over. Game I didn't realize that I didn't, like I had never heard of it and I played it, it was like, oh, this game is amazing. Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke is such a cool idea for a game. It is a game where it's just a vertical scrolling shooter like this, like a Cowboy Times. But your buttons are like you shoot straight ahead, shoot to the left, right, and you combine the buttons to shoot diagonally, and it's so cool. Alright, how do I... Anyway, alright, I think I will be back because I don't really have a plan. I also need to eat something. I'll catch you later. I'm pretty sure I'll be streaming more later tonight though. Alright, peace out.